Okay, the recording started. As I mentioned, the session will be recorded, and I have let you all know about it. You may not asking your permission, okay, but I already mentioned it before I start the recording. So that will be what we have done over here. Okay, so now first for today, we would like to know about Autodesk education. And the very important question is, are you eligible to download for the student license for 1 year, which is also renewable? Okay, but not only for student. If let's say you are a lecturer or educator from any institute, okay, as long as you are having identity educator, lecturers, teachers, regardless you are from primary, secondary education or tertiary, you are eligible to download the software. Okay, and that will be the first we are going to do it today. Just have a quick review, not review, a quick survey. How many of you already download Autodesk Inventor 2022 through the email I sent out? Can I see your hand? You can just raise your hand. Okay, we have some already download. Okay, thank you. Oh, only two. Only two. Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Okay, so majority is not done yet, so no issue. So we are going to have it, but may not waiting. Okay, I may not waiting for you to so-called download and then the whole session for it. If you are the student of FEU, you can go to the virtual lab to use the Autodesk Inventor for this workshop temporarily. Okay, you can use the virtual lab and then to use the Autodesk Inventor over there. But the version is not the latest. The version under the virtual lab is 2020. Okay, and the whole series of this workshop, we are going to use the latest version 2022. Okay, 2022. Okay, so later we're going to talk about how to register the license. Okay, and then how you download it and accordingly. And then after that, we settle it. We maybe take some time for it to settle it. If you already download, so you have to bear with this session first. Okay, then after that, we will start the practical workshop and we will start with very basic things. So what is the Inventor? What are the file types they are offering over here? And after that, we will learn some efficiency to operate the software. What are the short keys is available? And then what are the file and project management in the Autodesk Inventor? Basically, is how to manage, okay, your project. And then after that, we will have some practical time how to do the part modeling, okay, some basic sketching and features. You may be having some background using other CAD software. Okay, if you are the one with those background, then you may have some advantage. Okay, but I will still start with a small and fundamental using the Inventor. Okay, for example, maybe you are using SolidWorks before. You may be using Pro E before. You may be using a Space Clan before. You may be using others. Okay, so more or less, the things in 3D modeling, they are very similar, but the detail will be different. So that's why when I am introducing the features, the sketching in part modeling today, so I will also start from the fundamental as well. Okay, so now we will get into our first agenda. So are you eligible for it? Definitely, if you are a student or educator, you definitely allowed to download it. Okay. The only thing is, of course, you register as a user first. I already registered as an educator. You can log in. Oops. So now let's say I log in already. Okay, now I log in already, and if you register already, you can also log in. And it is so. If you have not done this, I will like to give 5 minutes for you to just do a quick registration. Okay, using your email address. Again, the email address doesn't matter. You want to use your student email address, you want to use your Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, is completely okay. Because when the time they verify your identity, they would like you to upload some document. And I already sent out the email for all of you, those who register, to prepare the document, like your student ID, as well as the letter of acceptance letter from the university that will indicate your full name, okay, as well as your some ID over there. Okay, so that will be the two basic documents that you may need to prepare in soft copy. Either it's picture file or PDF, no issue. Okay, so I will like to give 5 minutes just to register an account first for those who haven't do this yet. Those who are ready, so just bear with it. 5 minutes from here. If you have encountered any challenge or difficulties to register that account, so you can post it at the chat room there and let me know, so I can help you to resolve it. Okay, register yourself. Okay. So it seems I did not see anybody. Oh. Okay, Chiman. No problem. So you can join later. Okay. I don't see anybody posting anything, so I will assume everybody able and successfully register an account over here. So once you register an account, okay, either you are a student or educator. So of course they will do some promotion or whatever it is. So, but you are seeing that the education plan, if you click student, so of course you already registered an account, no problem. And then they will say that the next step is to confirm your eligibility. Are you allowed to download the software? Okay, of course you can straight away get to the software and see what are the lists of the software also. And Inventor Professional basically is here. Okay, if you already verify your account or your identity, basically you click get started. Sometimes, okay, they ask you to log in again. Okay. Again. Then you will be seeing something look like this. Okay, so we are confirmed. Okay, then after that you get the software, then you can download already. Okay, so to confirm your identity, I will use my another account first because my account already confirmed. So if let's say I use this account, I may not able to show you how you upload the document accordingly. So I will log out first, and then I will use my old student ID. Okay, my old student ID. Is last time 9 University. Okay. So still there, but I already no longer valid. Okay, for this, but I would like to show you how actually to do the document upload. So let's say you are the student and then you haven't confirmed your identity. So, okay, I don't like you to click more and then to show what are the Q&A over here. So because they just learn more over here only. So you can straight away go to again to the software here. And then right now I'm using my obsolete student ID account. Okay, one more time. Every time I want to click, then they will ask us to log in again. Okay, so now let's say I'm using my student ID, like you all haven't confirmed the identity yet, and I would like to download the software. I click. They will bring us here. Now this will what you are seeing if you click the software. So everybody, you are coming here, right? Anyone you are not seeing this website? Okay, everybody is having it. Okay, oh, somebody is posting there. Okay, institute type, it is okay. So if let's say the institute is not listed, it is okay. Okay, you can just type in. I think there is an option, it is others. Then you can just choose and then to manually key in the university name. Okay, so you can see that I am ex-student, okay, from University Malaya. So definitely the university is listed there, but I'm also having the identity as the APU staff, and I also successfully confirm and register. So no issue at all. If let's say your university is not listed in their list, you can choose. I think there is an option, it's called others, and you can manually key the university accordingly. Okay. So everybody, you are hearing. Yeah, nobody mentioned a thing, so I will assume you all are here. So you will be seeing that they ask you to confirm by uploading the document. They are saying that the transcript, the confirmation letter, or your student ID, you are not necessarily upload all these documents. I heard there is student, they just upload their student ID card, then they already confirm their identity. But some not able. Why? Because if they did not see your full name in your student card, then they might not confirm your identity. Okay, some of your name is fully printed on your student card. That is okay. I mean, that is same with the name that you register. That is completely okay. But sometimes you look at my name, I'm quite have a long name. So my student ID at the time it will not print the full name. So maybe they just print my first name, Alexander. And then they will say that it's too general, I cannot confirm my identity. So then I will put my confirmation letter or the acceptance letter from the university, which definitely will have my full name, together with my student ID, then there will be no problem. Okay, and the confirmation will be very fast. Normally, they might take less than 15 minutes or 10 minutes, then they confirm your identity already. Okay, so we have somebody already confirmed the identity. Yeah, okay already, then you can download. But you don't do it download today because the download will be taking very long time. I think there will be 7 GB. Okay, so if you haven't have the software, you can use APU Student, you can use the virtual lab first. If some of you haven't have the software yet, let's say you are not an APU student, but you are from the other university, then you might not be able to use the virtual lab, but maybe, okay, you just take a look at it, the demonstration, or look at the review. And the next workshop, then we can have a full run with you guys. Can I use my student ID? Yeah, you need to use a student ID, but I would like to let you all know, if let's say your student ID did not print your full name on it, maybe just take your first name or your last name, or I don't know, maybe your nickname, then they will not confirm your identity. Okay, I experienced that before. Like you look at my name, again, look at my name. My student ID is just printed my first name, which is very common. So the time many years back, so I registered, then they reject my registration. And they're saying that I cannot confirm it. Then after that, I upload my acceptance letter from the university, then okay. Okay, so that's why I'm asking in the email saying that prepare your student ID and also your acceptance letter from the university. So if you upload both, normally won't have any issue at all. And every year, when the time you renew this license, you will do the same step. So that every year they confirm you are still the student. Okay, they will confirm. So-called every year you need to renew, so-called renew, and then you do the same step, upload, and again. But as long as you are still student, then no issue. Okay, as long as you are still student, no issue. It might be during the renew time, your renew time, you might need to give some document, might be your transcript to show that your current status, because you cannot still using your acceptance letter. Okay, so during your renew time, I'm talking about during the renew time, you might be using your transcript or maybe using other letter that confirm your identity of that particular years or maybe next year. You can have a letter maybe from your dean, from your head of school, or maybe transcript. I think transcript is the most practical things, okay, or other document. As long as show you that you are still the student during your renew time, then they are okay. Okay, then they are okay already. So that is for renew. But today, if your first time register it, student ID and then your acceptance letter from the university, that definitely will be all right. So I'm seeing more and more have already confirmed. That is good. If you are working adult, you're already working, you're already away from the university, student license might not eligible, okay, for you. But if let's say you really want to use the student license, perhaps you may contact your junior, okay, then to ask them to download it for you. Yeah, that actually is also possible. Autodesk education, this community, they are very committed to want to train, to want to benefit, to want to bless the education sector. So that's why they are given out And they're having this plan for years already. It's more than 10 years they're having this plan. But last time people take for granted. Because last time they are given one time 3 years. One time 3 years. That's when, let's say you are the final year student, you register, you get 3 years. That's mean 2 years after you graduate, you are a working adult, you still can use it. So after that, I found that maybe they don't want it. Then they renew their plan and make it every year you renew it. Okay, every year they renew it. And basically they just started it is last year during the pandemic time. I think during the pandemic time, a lot of people register with them. 3 years and 3 years and 3 years. Some maybe it's not student. And after that, during the pandemic time, I witnessed the whole process. They change from 3 years and after that 1 year and then renew every year the license. But as long as you're a student, no issue. Okay, if you are working adult, then maybe you need to borrow the identity from your junior or some student, then you can still enjoy the software. But now I want to brief all of you about the rules and regulation. If you're using student license, you cannot use the student license to do commercial activity. Like now I'm using educator license, I cannot do commercial activity. What is the meaning commercial activity? I cannot use the license to earn money. I cannot use the license to go and design some project for the industrial and then I earn some money. I cannot use, okay, use this license, for example, and then to, like, for example, now conduct workshop and then I collect money. No, I cannot use it. It's just purely for education and it should be free. Okay, so that's the rule and regulation. If next time you graduated, maybe, and then you still have a few months to use the license, remember the rules and regulation. I know some people may be thinking, who knows, who cares, okay? But rules is rules, regulation is regulation. That's what I would like to brief to all of you. Okay, you can use it for research. Okay, you can use it for research, no issue. Okay, but not for commercial. Okay, cut the story short. You don't use it to earn money. Okay, you don't use it to earn money. That will be okay. So that's the rules and regulation. Okay, any one of you are facing problem in this confirmation of your identity? I'm seeing many of you have posted. If you have successfully, you can post it there. Okay. If you are no issue, then of course you can keep quiet. Okay. Now, if you have issue, please let me know. Please post it there. I would like to have everybody having the software and how to have it. Okay. So if you're using other CAD software, they are not offering you student license, and then you might need to go back to the university to use it in the computer lab. I think Autodesk Inventor Professional give you some good news over here. Okay, so everything is good. Okay, so maybe right now you are downloading it, and I definitely can't wait for it, but I am happy to share there's no issue to register an account and then also to confirm your identity as well. So I close this. Now, just a little bit more promotion. Okay, just a little bit more promotion here, because this one is coming, this event. So that's what I want to. They call Autodesk University. Every year they will organize a big conference. They call it as Autodesk University. Okay, as you can see there. And then this event is coming. If you already have an account, you can register yourself for this event for free, and then you can join any of the other workshop or talk, okay, all over the world globally. Okay, all different type of topics, and then to enhance a little bit your knowledge and skill. This one is coming. Okay, this one is coming in Asia Pacific region. The date is 3rd and 4th of October, and also 13th and 14th of October. Okay, so you can try to register this one later on after the workshop. This one is just hotcake. Okay. So I think this is the first step we have done on the Autodesk education license for it. Now, if you are still downloading, so I will be straight away start the Autodesk Inventor Professional Workshop over here. Okay, so if you already have the Autodesk Inventor Professional, then you can open and then you'll be seeing the interface that I am having it right now. Okay, if you still downloading, okay, so please log into the virtual lab to use the software first. And the icon, once you have already downloaded, the icon will look like this. Okay, just allow me to. Okay, the Autodesk Inventor Professional Professional icon of the software will look like this. Okay, I think you can see that. Okay, so if you have this, then you successfully download it. Okay, so I would like to start the workshop right now. Is there any issue? Okay, no issue. So I will start the workshop right now over here. Now, when the time you turn on your Autodesk Inventor Professional, so first thing first is we need to know what are the file types. What are the file types that are available? Basically, in Autodesk Inventor, you have 5 file types. Okay, you have 5. First it is you are having the part, single part, which we are going to do it today. So there are 1 file types. Another one is assembly, and then drawing, and then presentation. So listed down over here, they are having 4 to you. But I mentioned 5, there's 1 more. They are not really listed there. Okay, but it's very important. They call it as a project. Okay, they call it as a project. So you are having 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Project. Okay, project basically it is for the user how to manage their file. Okay, how to manage their file. If you have slightly the 3D CAD modeling knowledge in other software, you know that to manage the files it is very troublesome. Okay, it's very troublesome because all the files they link together. You cannot just copy one single file and pass it to your colleagues, okay, or your coursemate or whoever that you want to share. You find that sometimes they open it, just something is missing in between. Okay, so different CAD software, they definitely will have their management system of it. In Autodesk Inventor, project this file is one of it for us to manage it. Okay, so I would like to talk about the project first. You'll be seeing that under shape project. By default, you'll be seeing that you have 2, or maybe you have 1 if you already registered or already downloaded. I have 2 because I have 2 versions in my laptop. I have 2019, as you can see there. Okay, I have 2019 and I also have the latest one, 2022. Okay, my 2019 is still valid because during that time it is still 3 years package, 1 register 3 years. So that's why if you calculate, right, this year my 2019 is still legal. But I don't want to use the old version, I want to use the latest version. So after that, I download 2022 again in my laptop. Okay. So if you only have 1 version, then you'll be seeing that by default. Okay, you may be having others if you, during your installation time, you install electrical, they have a lot of package during your installation. They will ask you to install electrical or mechanical or civil and all those things. Okay, because I installed this, so that's why I'm having another one listed down. But again, by default, you will only having this. Now you'll be seeing that project default IPJ, that is the file types of it. Okay, IPJ. Inventor Professional, oh sorry, Inventor Project. Okay, IPJ. So that is the location of it. Now this location is very important, which means that later on, whatever that the work that you done, and you just click save, did not specify the location. They will all save into this location. So again, when the time you do all the model, all the file, and you just click save or Control S, that's what we used to have. They will automatically save it to this location, unless you specify the location. But in the industrial, normally people will be specified. Normally people will be create project, and then they will say that this project, and they name it, and then whatever part file, whatever drawing file that they have created, they will save it to that location, and then when the time they search for it, that'll be very easy. Okay, so that is one of the features why they create project. Another feature is when the time you create project, so your setting, the style, the drawing style, which included the line, the text, the size, the background, or all those specific settings, they will save into that particular project only. So when the time you start a new project, they will all turn back to default setting. You don't have to do every time the setting, right, under that project. So you can specify that. So that will be some of the basic features about the project. So how to start your own new project besides just using default? You will be seeing there will be an icon up there, project. Okay, you'll be seeing that there is an icon over there called project. Now we create one. We don't want to use the default. Okay, we create one. So when the time you click the project, then you'll be seeing that they already list, okay, the project, that what you are showing over here. And then quickly you can create new, okay, at the bottom. And then you can start to specify the location and also name the project. Now, for students, the APU student, if you are using the virtual lab, you can also do the same thing. But when the time you log out from the virtual lab, then you might be losing that location. Okay, because they automatically reset the setting. Okay, but it will be okay today if you want just hands-on, then it's completely all right. Okay, but once you have the software already, no issue. Okay, no issue. One more time to remind you, if you are downloading the software and you're about to install it, 2022, get ready at least 15 GB for your hard drive. Okay, please include all the content library during the installation time, because that's part of the series of this workshop. Okay, and when the time you include them, then the size will be increased tremendously. If you just only install Inventor, you find that maybe just 6-7 GB. But if you install the library, then they maybe double up the size of it. If you install full package, I did try that. It can go up even to 25 GB, just the software and also the library together. Okay, so make sure that your laptop, your machine, able to support that in terms of space. Okay, so back to here. Now I will create a project for today. So one single project. Now you are having this tool. So this Word project is for server. So for our case right now, it might not be applicable. But when the time you work in the industrial, that might be applicable to you. But it still depends. Your company buy or subscribe this software or not, because this Word, they call the PLM, product life management. This is another package, commercial software, selling separately different package. But this, they will be very good for security. You have to secure their design work. But right now we are just normal. Okay, so we use single user. Now you can name your project. For example, I will say that this is the chapter 1 project. Okay, you can name your own project name, no problem. Okay, you can name your own project name, no problem. So you zoom a little bit. so that we can have it a little bit more clear. Okay, so by default, you'll be seeing that workspace or the project file where it's located. These two will be the same because workspace here is mean that all your work will be saved at that space, workspace. Okay, all your works you're going to save into that space, so workspace. You can specify the location. I already named my project, so right now I want to specify it. I don't want to save it at my C drive. Now my machine have 2 drives. I want to save it at my another drive. Okay, for example, I would like to save it at my D drive. Okay, and then I already have one folder, Inventor folder there. Okay, so maybe you can create a new folder. For example, I have my D drive. I make a folder. I say this is chapter 1. That workshop chapter 1. Okay, create a folder already. And then I would like to, okay, put it there. Okay, I would like to put it there. So now you can see that at my D drive, that folder. And then your project file will be there, and then all your work file later will also save at that particular location. Oops. Okay, you can try that. And then after that, okay, there's some questions here. How to get the data? Okay, so let me see the questions. Okay, Chan, you can start the project clicking the icon. You can see the left-hand side on top. See that? There's a project, then you click, then you'll be having this interface. It's okay, Chan? Are you having it? Okay. So now I will click next. I already named it. I already specified the folder location. So over here, so you can see that if let's say you want to duplicate some of your setting that already existing, okay, already existing over there, then you can actually copy it. For example, now I have one project that's Inventor Electrical. You can see it there, right? Just now over here. If you want to, then you can copy it. But now I don't want. I want everything start from fresh. So this one, I don't want. Okay. Another thing is also the library. If you have a lot of library that you install, they will also list over there by default. So that you can put the library into it. Okay. So, but now we just start the simple one. So I will click finish. And now you'll be seeing that I have one project listed down over there. And the location is listed there. Okay, library, we haven't included anything yet. Okay, we haven't included anything yet, library. But it will be all right for today. And you will be seeing that the detail, very detailed, it will be all underneath. Okay, over here. So single user and then location file include, this is the library, okay, and then other things, we just make it by default. Okay, the style, you can see that, at least you know that IPJ, this file, they are saving your setting and also the library. Besides just direct you to the location. Okay, besides they just direct you to the location. Okay, so now I already have my one, so I'm happy. So I click done and I have the project listed. Okay, Chen, you need to create a location. Sorry, you need to create a project first. Chen, you click project, then you click new, then use the new single user, and then key in all the detail. Okay, over there. Okay, Chan. Are you okay? Yeah, if you have any issue, you can practice like what Chan is saying. You screenshot and then you post it there. Then I will answer and respond to you accordingly. This is a workshop, so that's why I would like to do some hands-on. Okay. And you look at your project list here. you can see that now my recent document is all empty. But if I switch back to my previous, so I have some part that I created before. Okay, because in this location, I'm having this. Okay, I'm having all this part. Okay, so same over here. But now if I switch back to my chapter 1, in this location, there's no file. It's fresh, it's clean. So that's why if you have a lot of projects here, then you can try to visualize. Project A, design robot hand. So then all your design is there. And then project B, design conveyor, and then all your part is there. And then project C, design solar panel, and then all your file is all there. So then how you manage it? And even you can have collaboration. For example, maybe robot hand, you're collaborating with Germany. So their style, their standard, the line, the type, the text type is different. So under that project, you can change all those, and you will not affect other project setting. So that is one of the things you must know how to manage. And then you also want, you also need to know what is the advantage of it. Okay. So now we are having new project. Okay. And here, even though they already show you, now we already do one file types, there's project, and then there's another 4 over here. Today we'll start with part, but okay, don't straight away click part from here. That is something that I normally don't encourage. Why? Because under part, they have a lot of options. Okay. For example, if you click, there is an advanced over here. But this is for 2022. If let's say you are not using 2022, you might be having different interface. Okay, so I will use a very classic traditional to call out the other option for different file types over here. That is, you click new up here. Okay, you click the new up there. Don't straight away create a part from here, because by default, the standard they will select for you, it is English or British system, Inch. Okay, so if let's say you want other option, then you don't stand a chance to do so. Now, I click new, they will give us this interface. This is a very classic. If you're not using 2022, you might be seeing something like that also. Okay, so now you'll be seeing that template, you have at least 2 very major standard. One is the English, and you can see that the part over here. Okay, bracket IN, inch. So that's been using English system. If you're choosing matrix, now you'll be seeing that MN, and also other, okay, DIN, okay, Dutch, Germany standard, okay, so over here. If you install commercial, not student license, if you install commercial Inventor Professional, they offer the standard actually even more. Okay, maybe so-called, I mean, all the standard around the world. Okay, they will offer that. Okay, so depend. Now we don't do the molding, we don't do the mold design. Okay, so this one we just ignore it first. So English and also matrix, or inch. Okay, so that's why my encouragement to you is don't straight away click from here. Okay, click from the new and then bring you here and select the standard that you would like to choose to have. Okay, today we start with inch first. Then later, other example, we will start with the other unit. Okay, so we start. Okay, and here you have 2 options, either matrix or English. You have one is standard, another one is sheet metal. Okay, sheet metal is especially for you to do the product that is sheet metal. So one piece of film, and then you bend it, and then all those things. And after that, you flatten it. Okay, so that will be another level for it. So today we will use the standard first. Okay, English, and then we choose the standard. Okay, so you can see your project is still here. If you still want to choose other project, you still can select. Okay, over here. And from here, you basically can also see that the different file types, the part, assembly file types, okay, and then drawing, and then presentation. Project, we already know, okay, so basically you can see that the 5 different file types under Inventor. And you also can see the name of the file types, IPT, okay, IAM, IDW, IPN. Very simple. Inventor part, Inventor assembly, Inventor drawing, Inventor presentation. Very easy to interpret. Of course, this one just now talking about Inventor project. Okay, so now we start. Great. Okay, so this is the interface. Okay, so this is the interface of it. Anyone you are not getting here? So, okay, everybody? Okay, good. Okay, so I continue from here. Before we do anything, so we take a look at how the environment actually is helping us. Now, look at the top here on the right-hand side. So there is having like a dice over here. So if you click on the corner of it, then you'll be seeing that the isometric. So you can select the view by just playing this. Okay, front. Now we don't have anything in the space, so that's why when you rotate it, you doesn't see the effect. Okay, but basically you can see this. Okay. Okay, how to play with it. And of course, you can see it roughly the effect through the coordination system, the XYZ coordination system at the bottom there. So you can see. Okay, top. Okay, click there, then they rotate. Okay, there's a home button. If you click the home button, they will bring you back to the home button, the isometric. To them, home button over there, it is isometric. Okay, it's isometric. 3D. Okay, so there's some of the things. There's a lot of shortcut. There's a lot of shortcut. Basically, they are allow us to use. So later I will share this. Then you can try to browse through it. But I will also give you some ideas, some of the very frequent use. Okay, the short key. Now, short key, definitely every CAD software different, unique. Okay, different and unique. So if you use a lot of CAD software, you might be fall into some of the trap that sometimes you forgot what software you're using, and then the short key might be different. Okay, so but that doesn't matter. It just let you all know this one is the Inventor short key. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, no issue. Then you scroll your mouse. Okay, zoom in, zoom out. And then when you pressing the scroll, just basic one, pressing the scroll, that basically is move. You can see the hand icon, just like you are pressing on the piece of paper, and then you move your piece of paper. Okay, so you can see that. So pressing the scroll, it is move. I know certain CAD software, this move is you need to combine with other key. Okay, so this is Inventor. Okay, scroll in, scroll out, zoom, no issue. But now we scroll in, scroll out, we didn't see the effect. This is for the move. Now rotate, of course, rotate is something that we definitely need. Rotate is you need to press your keyboard, the key called Shift, the Shift key. Okay, the Shift key. Okay, plus pressing the scroll. Then you can rotate. Okay, so you will see that the rotation icon will come up. Okay, pressing the shift, pressing it, and then pressing a scroll, then you will see the icon rotation. Then you can roughly see the dice upstairs, then you can see the rotation. It's happening. Okay, so now I would like you all just try, okay, on your keyboard, okay, on your keyboard. So now you can try this keyboard called the F6 button. Okay, F6 button. F6. You try to rotate, you can see that the rotation, my dice over here. But if you press F6, they will bring you to the home. That's mean the hotkey or the short key for the home button here, it is F6. Okay, not the home button. I know the keyboard have home button. No. So no matter how you rotate, okay, very weird angle. So you press F6, so they will bring you back. Okay, so some of the basic short key. Okay, we learn it from here first. We have more, okay, along the way. Now we do a very simple model today. Very simple model. Okay, maybe to some of you are aware, you have some idea how to do CAD modeling. So this one is just too simple. But to get familiarized on the Inventor, so I think this model will be good. Okay, so we try this model. I will screenshot this and then I put it at the chat room there, because I cannot show both, okay, together. Okay, so the unit is inch. We already using the inch when the time we select. Okay, we already select. But if let's say you are still a little bit skeptical, am I using inch or not? So basically on top of here, okay, you can come to the so-called manage. Okay, you can come to the manage over here. So there's a lot of style basically you can see, and view, and all this. Okay. So, okay, no problem. Everybody is here. And then the next thing is you can see that the style editor. Okay, so this is where actually you can see, okay, some of your text, okay, and then some of your setting. My encouragement to you is don't simply touch this one first. Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, but don't simply touch this one first. Okay, because when you do that, they will save it with your project. Okay, so you can see that. And then also in view, if let's say you would like to have other type of view, you can also select from here. Okay, so we're back to here, 3D model. Now we start a sketch. So that model, we want to start a sketch from there. So here it is the sketch we can start. There's two types of sketch. One is 2D, another one is 3D. We will start at 2D. And when you move your mouse and touch on that icon, okay, touch on that icon, you will be seeing that they give you small description. Okay, at the same time, you'll be seeing that a bracket. You can see a bracket 2D sketch S. That one is the short key. That one is the short key. Okay, that's when you need not to click the icon. You can use your keyboard, press S, and then you can start the 2D sketch already. Okay, but for demonstration purpose, I will still click the icon so everybody will know where the icon located. Okay, so now I will start 2D sketch. So now when you start the 2D sketch, you'll be seeing that they will ask you to sketch on which plan. Now, when the time you touch on the plan, they will give you the name for it. You see the exact plan. YZ plan, we can see YZ plan, and then XY plan. Now, all this plan, it is all located at your design tree left-hand side. If you go to the left-hand side, okay, you click on the origin folder, you break it down, you'll be seeing that all those plans is there. And even the X, Y, Z axis. But we don't sketch on line, right? We sketch on plan. Just like you need a piece of paper to do your sketching. You don't sketch on a line, okay? I give you a string, then you cannot sketch anything. So you need to have a piece of paper. So the plan is just like you need to take it, assuming it is like a piece of paper. Okay, so there is the plan. You can locate or you can touch over here. Okay, so now let's say the model that I would like to start from the side view first. So I will sketch on my XY plan. Okay, I will start on the XY plan over there. And when the time you enter into sketching mode, you will be seeing that, okay, all this gray, and then you will get into this sketching mode, the functions, and of course you will see the exit line. Now, when the time you get into here, there's nothing so magic. If you want to do rotation, right, you can still rotate. Now I'm pressing Shift and also the scroll. You can see I can still rotate. You don't sketch in that way, but some people may prefer sketching in 3D view. It's up to you. So now I will still back. Okay, I will still want to back to my 2D view. So I click back front, then it bring it back over here. Okay, so that's what we are having. Now I will start from creating a rectangle. Okay, so on the rectangle here, you click the drop down, they have a lot of lists over here. So for the case right now we're having, you can follow together with me. I will like to choose the third one. So start from the center point and then after that expand it to the corner point. Because I want to create a rectangle whereby if you look at the drawing that I post over there, it will be a rectangle 3 × 2 inch. Okay, 3 × 2 inch. So I will click that and then I will snap it. Okay, I will snap it on the center point or the origin here. How I know it's origin? Because when I touch on it, you'll be seeing that. Okay, they're giving me 0, 0, and the inch is there, so you know that you are selecting the inch, the English system. Okay, and then the green color is mean that you snap on it already. Okay, if you are not snap on it, so you find that not the green color. Okay, so I click on it, I snap already, and then I click and I expand it. Now, when the time you expand, you're seeing that they're having dimension. But in 3D modeling, dimension comes later. The most important thing is the form factor. The form factor first. If you are using AutoCAD before, I'm not so sure if that is my generation using AutoCAD before, then we care about the dimension first, then we talk about the form factor. Because we want to define the line, what is the size, what is the length first. You should know. Okay, I know it is 2 × 3, but I don't care, I just put it there first. To end the function. Okay, one more time. Huh? So I select the rectangle, the third one, and then I click, and then I expand it. Okay, I don't care about dimension, I just drop it. And then my rectangle instruction is still active. To deactivate it, escape. Okay, press the escape button, or else later you click whatever, you will still continue to create a rectangle. Okay, so I escape to end the command. Okay, so now you see that I make a zoom fit or zoom all. So now I scroll in, scroll out, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so you can see that where my mouse stops, they will zoom to that location. So your mouse position is very important. So you see my mouse put here, then they will zoom over there. If my mouse put here, then they will zoom over here. Okay. And then of course, pressing the scroll, then you can see the pen now, or the move. Okay. So now let's say you accidentally move somewhere. Okay, you don't want to press F6 because they will bring you to isometric. You press F6, they give you to isometric. Okay, so I don't want. Oops. Okay, let's say for example you move somewhere. Okay, maybe you are doing the modeling, then your friend scare you at the back. Okay, then you move somewhere. You don't know where it is. Okay, no matter how you zoom, okay, for example, then you don't know where it is. So what need to do? You can use a command called the zoom all or zoom fit. That it is your home button. Now the home button is on the keyboard home button. You try to press the home button, okay, on the keyboard. Okay, the home button. Okay. Then they will bring you back to the view, zoom just nicely everything inside. Okay, this window. Okay, home button. So another hotkey or another shortcut that we learned. Okay, now I dimension it. So now I dimension it. You see that over here, there's a dimension. So I dimension it. So this one will be 3. Another one, this will be 2. So you can dimension. Okay. Your keyboard, the home button. Unless your keyboard doesn't have a home button. Everybody keyboard, the layout is different. My one is a 10 keyless keyboard. Okay, you're going to see. Okay, so my home button, I need some combination. But if you, let's say you have a full layout keyboard, then you may have an individual home button. Okay, my one is not 10 keyless. My one is actually is 64 or 67 key size keyboard. Okay, if you have a 10 keyless, then you might have an individual home. If you have a full layout, then of course you definitely have a home button. Okay, depend on what keyboard you are using. Okay, the home button. Okay. Yeah, 10 keyless a home button. Yeah, my mistake. My one is not 10 keyless. My one is the 67. Okay, 67 keyboard. So I don't have a home button individual. I need to do some combination. Yeah, no need to post that. Okay. All right. Know that you are a gamer. Okay. Okay. So now let's say I already finished this sketching. So I can end the sketching. Okay. Finish sketch. Finish sketch. And they will automatically bring you to the isometric. So you can press F6 to bring you to the isometric view. Okay. Again, still no problem. But if you know the hotkey, or you move somewhere, then you know the hotkey. Very effective and very efficient when the time you do 3D modeling. And this is very important. Okay. So now I want to extrude it. I want to expand it. Okay. We refer back to the model. Okay. The picture there. Okay, so now I have 3, 2. Okay, so this is 3. Sorry, this is 3. This is 2. So what I'm having there is 3, and then this is 2. So exactly what am I having? Okay, I know this is having some step, but later I want to introduce so-called the other features as well. Okay, so now I would like to extrude it. And extrude it is 2. So that means I would like to make a 3D. Okay, that is 2 inch over there. And we need to use this extrude, okay, to do the work. Okay, we need to use the extrude to do the work. Okay. So this we will call it, this one you created as a closed loop profile. And we call this as profile. Okay, they must be closer. They must be closed loop. This means your line, they are attached to one another. It's not something like this. Then this is not closed loop. You can see that this is not closed loop. They are not closing. So this is open. Okay, so back to here. So extrude. Now you'll be seeing that they have a few options for you. So profile, they already select for us, unless you have multiple profile. But now we only have one, so directly they select for us. And here is the distance that basically you can key in. We need 2 inch, so you put in 2 inch. So they will preview it. Okay, you can change the direction. For example, I change to another side, flip it. So then they will extrude to another side. If you want it to do the mid plane, one, okay, mid plane is 1, and then I have 1. So total, there will be 2, because I key in 2. Now I choose mid plane. Mid plane doesn't mean that here 2, here 2. No. So 1, total up 2, because I key in 2. Okay, over here. So another one is asymmetric. Asymmetric, they will ask you to specify the distance separately. For example, here I have 1, here I have 2. Let's say putting 3. So they will have a double extrusion for this. So now then we will be saying that this is distance B, very obvious. This is distance A. So A I have 2, so this one they will give me 2. And that one will give me 3. Okay, we'll be seeing that. So asymmetric. Okay, asymmetric over here. Okay, so this will be the different features that you can use for it. So now I would just want to make it the profile face to me, so I will choose this, but not right or wrong. Okay, there's nothing right or wrong. So then I will click OK. So now I'm having my first part. And now, by the time you create your first model already, remember to save it. Okay, remember to save it. So now I click Ctrl S. Now you'll see when the time you click, you press Ctrl S, they will bring you to the location of the project that you created just now. Okay, automatically you will see that they created an old version folder. This one we talk about it later. Okay, so now you can give a name for it. So maybe I'm saying that this is the first part. Okay, cultivate a good habit. Once you got your first model, save it. Okay, save it. So I save already. Okay, now on my design tree, okay, I will have one extrude, and this extrude is created based on the sketch. Okay, over here. Okay, so now we look at the model again. Okay, we look at the model again. So few methods we can use to do the cutting over here. We can use chamfer, but I just want to let you all know how to do the extrude cut. Okay, so I use the extrude again. Okay, but right now I would like to sorry, I would like to create a sketch on this face. Okay, I would like to create a face on this, a sketch on this face. So again, I will start the 2D sketch, and then I will click on that face, and then bring me here. Excuse me. Okay. So now, if you look at our drawing, okay, our drawing over there. So we are having so-called 1.5 from here and then 1 from here. So we need to create a profile. Okay, we need to create a profile, a triangle profile over here to do the cutting. Okay, as you can see it here. So I need to create a, red pattern. Okay, a rectangle over here. Okay, so now as we are seeing that, okay, as we are seeing this, I will use the line, okay, to create the rectangle. So I just don't care about dimension first again. I will just snap it on this line. Okay, you can see I snap on the line already. On this edge, touch on it. Okay, so this is not snapping. You can see that. When I snap, you can see that the icon. Oops. When I snap on it, you can see that the icon having a arrow pointing to the red color line. Then you are snap on the line already. Yeah, click, and then after that I will touch on this edge, and after that I will make it down. Okay, I don't care about it. Okay, I just simply do it first, and then I connect it. Okay. So when the time you do 3D modeling, you can have a very intuitive idea. So I just do this first, then later I dimension the size specifically later on. Okay. So then I will put the dimension now. If you look at it, you can do dimension for that line, okay, but you will see that they are overlapping the line. We know that over here that we are having two lines, okay, having two lines. Then after that, you'll be seeing that they are overlapping. So in overlapping this, if you stay a little bit long, okay, or you can right click, select others, and then you will see that basically they will list out, okay, the edge for you, which one you want to select. And let's say I will select this, then I can dimension. Okay, I can dimension it. Okay, so if you want to put it 1.5, you know that it is 3 minus 1.5. If you look back to here. Okay, because I'm dimensioning this, let's say for example, I don't know what the size it is, but I know that it is 3 minus 1.5. Of course, I know that, oh, you very quick, you can get the answer. But let's say it is a very complicated, let's say it's 3.75 minus 1.68. Well, that will be a complicated calculation. So over here, we can key in calculation. 3 minus 1.5. Okay, you can see that 3 minus 1.5. I can write a mathematical expression here. Okay, okay. So now I have having it. Same actually to this 2 minus 1. Again. Okay, I'm trying to introduce the features that the Inventor is available over here. Okay, so now I finish it, and then I can use extrude again. Now this round extrude, on the output we have a few options. Normal, we create another more volume. Next to it is called cut. If you select cut, then now we will do a cutting of it. Okay, we'll do a cutting over there. And the size of it is up to you. Normally for this, I know that they want to cut all the way, so I will select 3 all. So I no need to specify what are the distance. Because we never know, later maybe the design change. The width 2 inch may be changed to 5 inch. Because I select 3 through all, then they will follow later. Okay, so I click OK. So now I'm having this, and Control S, save it. Okay, now look at the design tree. Look at the design tree here. I have 2 extrude. Okay, I have 2 extrude. So by the time we want to do any changing in the design, so basically it will be very easy. We can see it rather than you cram everything into one sketch. And this one is for some of you have experience in doing 3D model. In the industrial, some people maybe they doesn't really like everything you cram into one sketch, because when the time people want to change your design, or maybe in the future the design need to modify, that will be a painful thing. So it's better of it, just like you imagine. Okay, just like imagine together with me. You are having a block. And then after that, you do a milling, cutting. Then okay. Now do this is on your design tree, you have an end of part, right? So basically you can move this one on your features. Now I move this up to the beginning. So you know we're seeing that people can read your modeling story. In the beginning, nothing. Put it down. Oh, he make a rectangle and extrude it first. And after that, they do a cutting. If you do this time, it is like in the manufacturing process, then people modify it will be very easy. If you put everything into one, yeah, it sounds like it's very fast. But when people want to modify, then it will be very difficult. Now, we will drill a hole in between. Okay, we drill a hole in between. Now, drilling hole, we may be thinking, I draw a circle and then I just cut it. That will be enough already. Okay, but now I start a sketch here. I don't want to create a hole. Oh, sorry, I don't want to create a circle. Okay, I don't want to create a circle. I want to drop a point. Okay, I want to drop a point there. And I position the point. Okay, I position the point. If you look at the drawing again, so I position the point according to the drawing there. I know it's in the middle, but just try to position it. I know I have a point there, I drop a point there. Okay, I can drop a point there. You can draw a circle and do an extrude cut, no problem. But for engineering drawing, you're doing this, you have a great advantage. Okay, so now I finish. You know that I have a point over here. And instead of using extrude cut for a mechanical hole, here there is a hole features that we can use. They will only respond to the point. They will not respond to anything. So now I create the hole. So different mechanical hole you can create based on that particular point. Okay, there's different type of drilling that we can use. But now let's say we are only using a very clean. So then you can select the hole. It is just a simple hole. There's no counterbore, there's no countersunk. We talk about the simple, this one, okay, later on. So what are the size of it? What are the size of it? We know that it is 0.5 radius inch. Okay, 0.5 radius inch. Sometimes this one, they will be putting the unit not according to the part you selected. But it is completely okay. Okay, so now all I need to do is I put 0.5 times 1. Because radius, right? 0.5. Oh, sorry, times 2. Times 1. Okay, times 2. So it becomes radian. So it becomes diameter. Because now we want diameter. And then you want inch. So you can put the unit inch here. You can specify all these things by yourself. Okay, you can specify all these things by yourself. And now I enter. Okay, so position. Oh, not clicking. Oh, the tag point. Select the position. Okay. I'll do it one more time here. So home. So the response already. So I don't need to sit. And here, I type again times 2, and then I put an inch there. If you drop 3 points, they will straight away cut it for you. 3 points. Okay, so now I click OK. So now I have it. Okay, so this is how you can create a part using some of these features. I know there will be another way around. Some of you already post the answer. And also some of you are asking, can we straight away sketch everything in the drawing and rectangle and tool? Yeah. There's no right or wrong. Okay, there's no right or wrong over there. But just want to share with all of you is, you look at your design tree right now. When people read your model, you know that when you do collaboration, people read your model. They will be very clear when the time they want to modify. For example, your boss right now telling you that cannot drill, okay, 0.5 or 1 inch over here. We change it. So then people look at it, they say, okay, now change this one, then okay already. Right click, edit features. So it bring you here and then, okay, then I can change. Okay, I can change. Okay. So for example, now your boss saying that, okay, change it to 1. Maybe it's too big already, okay. Maybe, no, they say no, down to 0.5, maybe 0.25 diameter. So then they can change accordingly. They know where to go to change. At least people know that. Okay, if let's say your boss saying that now we don't want to extrude 2, because this one we know is 2. So then they say that, okay, now we want to make it smaller, 1.5. Okay, then they know that coming here, 1.5. So then it will be the things. Okay, so design tree, you have step by step. Then your model will have some value. Or else, if people look at your model and then they change this and change that, then they bring a lot of bugs, okay, not compatible. Then your model no value, because later on people will fed up to your model. They say that I better create another new one from scratch. Then your boss will not be happy. So that hire you to do all those model and then modify, cannot modify. Okay, so I hope that just give you some idea of the approach. Okay, some of the idea of the approach over here. I'm sharing it is from the perspective of an engineer during my young day. I'm using this one to do all the design work. Okay, and I'm also make mistake during my young day. Okay, I also make mistake during my young day. Okay, a simple model we can create in different approach. But there is some of the tips actually we can see. So this is some of the basic thing we can have for the Inventor. So any question before we move to the next thing? So you can use extrude cut, no problem, but using hole basically will be given us more feasible. Included, okay, included. Also, let's say your boss said that I don't want a clean hole. I want a counter bore. You say that no problem. Edit features. You want a counter bore? I give you a counter bore for it. Okay. Of course, they will specify the size for it. Okay. Okay, so then you specify the size accordingly, then you have a counter bore already. But if you're using just extrude cut, then now you have a big problem. If design change, not a clean hole, but a counter bore or other fastener, then I easily change my work. And yours one, then you will have a long time, okay, to making the work. So anytime I can change. Okay, any questions? So I think everybody should have your first model using Inventor, a simple model. Okay, if no, If no, then next. Okay, next we talk about how to do the revolve. Okay, how to do the revolve over here. This one, if you don't want to close, you want to make it still open, you can just leave it here. Because you can see that here, they are just part of the tab only. Okay, I can come and create a new part one more time. And then I also use inch. Okay, I can create a new part again, and then I'm using inch and then create. So now you can see that at the bottom there. At the bottom there, your part is still there until you close it. Yeah, until you close it. Okay, so I post a picture for the revolve example that we want to make use of. Okay, again, if you look at the model, I also very sure that you might be having idea how I'm supposed to do this. Okay, but just bear with me. I would like to use some of those models just to introduce the features. Okay, revolve in Autodesk Inventor, they are having some so-called, not say magical things, okay, but some convenience features. So now I will start a sketch again. Okay, in order to have the same view, I will start my sketch on the YZ plane to create a profile, and then after that I will do a revolve. Okay. So now I started on my YZ plane. Now, if you know what it is, okay, you can stay here. I just want to demonstrate. I just end this one for demonstration purpose. Okay. Revolve, if you look at the description over there, so roughly you will be knowing that you create a profile. Oops. You create a profile. You create a profile. There's a profile that you're having, the blue color, and then you have a center line. Center line. And then they will going to do one revolution. Okay, that's a revolve, okay, revolution, and then turn to become a solid model. So it is all depend on the profile that you created and also the center line, how you position them. That's revolve. And now you look at our model. If you look at the model that I post over there, so roughly you might be seeing that how we should conduct this. So I'm back to the sketch. Okay. So now I will just do the, again, I will always do the form first. Okay, I will always do the form first. So for example, now in the rectangle, I will have one this, and then I also will have another one that is smaller. I didn't dimension it, but I know that the profile is something like this. Why? Because I will going to create something like this, and then later I have a center line, and then I will revolve it. So that's why I will have a profile that look like this. Okay. But I don't care about dimension first. I just make the shape first, then later I dimension later. Okay, so now I dimension it. Okay, you refer together with me. So this one will be 0.5 inch. I already choose inch, so no problem. So if they zoom a little bit, it's okay. So all we need to do is just to press the home button and give us the view. Okay, the whole length of it is 4. So give 4. So again, home button to give me the idea of it. Okay, and I don't need this line in between. Okay, now I don't need that line in between. I want to trim away that line. Okay, in between here. So now in the sketch, you'll be seeing that there is a trim over there. But by the time you do the trim, okay, you can do something like this. Okay, to touch on it, you can see that the dotted line is where the line you want to trim away. This is a very conventional. But in Inventor, sometimes you also can play in a fun way. You try to pressing your mouse, not press on the line, press somewhere, pressing it, and then you will find that it is like the end is walking, right? There's some tray over there. Now, this tray, whatever you touch, they will disappear. I'm pressing, I'm pressing. Whatever I touch will disappear. Okay. Of course, just now I already have some so-called conflict because I over trim. So trimming, besides using a conventional way you do the trim, sometimes you may be doing something like this. No problem. But if let's say you have a lot you need to trim, instead of clicking one by one, you can pressing it, and then wherever they pass through, they will trim it. Okay, they will trim it. Okay, so now 4.5. Oh, 4.5. Yeah, thank you. So 4.5. Thank you. So you can do that trim over there. Now, if you look at the model over there, you will find that to define the so-called the height over here and the step over here will be very troublesome because they are given us the dimension is in diameter. Okay, so I know that I'm going to use the center line over here to do the revolve. Okay, but in the Inventor, we can create a center line and they have some magic features over there. Okay, we create a center line first. Okay, okay, this exit is Z exit. This exit is a Z exit. So we don't need to draw a line, we can borrow a line. Okay, we can borrow a line. Now open your origin. Okay, you find that Z axis is there. Okay, how to borrow the line? Borrow, called project geometry. Okay, project geometry. Okay, I click on project geometry. Then the project geometry is asking you which line or which exit you want to borrow. I say I want to borrow Z exit. Now they say, okay, granted permission. And this yellow line, they are telling you that this line is borrow one. They are not you created one. Okay, you can make use of it as a reference line. Okay, everybody have this? And now next is, this is not good enough. We want to turn it to become a center line. Okay, now together with me, select this, the line that you borrow, and then you go to the format, top of here, you will find that there is a feature called center line. Click on it to turn your line to become a center line. Okay, turn it to become a center line. Okay, turn it to become a center line here. Okay, so now try to follow together with me. Now, we think that this one to here it is 2 inch. Okay, from here to here is 2 inch. So, which means my profile, I want to dimension it is from here all the way is 2 inch. But now you try to take a look at here. Click this. I click the center line. Now they give us this. Only with center line, then we have these features. Then very easy, we know that this 2 inch that will match with this. Because this is a center line. So now I dimension it. What I dimension over here, we can see it here, this is 2 inch. Let's measure this. Okay, if it is not using center line, for example, now I delete it. So you don't need to follow me to delete, okay? So, example, now I borrow again. So I'll try to dimension it. They won't have that effect. Then you may need to do some calculation. Okay, cracking your mind a little bit. But if let's say I turn this to become a center line, so now I'm having that. More intuitive, especially for revolve. Because revolve, you know, sometimes there's a lot of dimension happen. So now if having this, then I will be easy. For the others, then I can do the same thing. Now you refer to the drawing. So this one, the internal one, it is 1.125. Okay? Internal one, that's 1.125. And then the outside the wall, this one, that will be 1.5. That will be 1.5. So now you see that is very straightforward. Try to compare it with the drawing. Okay, try to compare with the drawing. So now you see that they are very straightforward. So it's not fully constrained yet because they're still moving horizontally. But now you can see that I'm having everything here. Okay, if you want to have fully constrained, you don't need to move. You can drag this and then snap on the exit. Okay. Step on the exit. If you want to step on this exit on the Y, so I can one more time borrow Y exit, create a line. So I just snap it on it. So now I can see that my whole sketch is fully constrained. Okay, this is just to let maybe you realize or some of you doesn't realize, okay, the magic of the center line when the time you do revolve. Now you can see that I'm having everything accordingly. And now I finish and I can do revolve. Okay, I press F6 and the home button. Then I click revolve. Now they will help me to turn 360 degrees over here. And then dimension, definitely it is correct. Of course, you can specify not full. You can see it over there. Okay, you can see it over here. By default, it is 360. You can turn it off. Okay, specify the angle 90 degree only. 180. Okay, change direction also can, no problem. Okay. Just like the extrude just now, even asymmetric, specify the angle accordingly on each side. Okay, very nice to play. But now I just want to have full round. So okay. I save it. This is my revolve part. Okay. So the basic idea how extrude revolve can be done in the Inventor. I will love the center line and would like to introduce to all of you. If let's say when you're doing revolve in other software, that you need to do some calculation, but here it is not needed. Okay, because the workshop time is short, so that's why I have to continue to move on for it. Okay, so now we have extrude, then we know how to do revolve, we know some to do calculation, we know how to create hole using the point. And then we know how to manage our file on the design tree over here. Okay, accordingly. So now next, if let's say, now this is not, okay, this is not in the drawing. I just want to introduce to all of you. Now let's say I would like to create a keyway over here by milling things over here. And then to drill a hole later on. So what should I do? Because you cannot start a sketch on a non-flat face. You can see that if you want to start a sketch on the curve or circular face, they are not allowed. They will only detect the flat face. Okay. So if let's say I want to do a keyway like just now I mentioned, I need to draw basically on top of here. And after that, I do an extrude cut. Okay, I do an extrude cut over there. So, which means we need to create a plan. Okay, we need to create a plan for it. Okay, we need to create a plan for it. In other CAD software, create plan definitely is not something very so-called strange. But the way they create plan, every different software, they will have a different approach. So I just want to show in Inventor how we can have that approach. Create a plan on the circular face. And create plan is under the 3D model. You'll be seeing that over there, the plan, under work features. Okay, under work features. They have a lot of offer. And we like to create a plan on a circular face. If you look at it, you will find that they will be under this category. Okay, they're under this category. So this one is create on an edge, create on a point. These two, we don't have an edge, we don't have a point for it. So then the third option is I create the plan that is parallel to another plan. I can borrow the plan on the exact plan. Example now, I can borrow this and then saying that same level but touch on the surface of this circular. Okay, so just like create a plan over here, but they're touching just nice. So now we know that what we need. We use this tangent surface parallel to the plan, click on it. So first I will be choosing my plan that I am referencing. Okay, I'm going to I'm referencing. So I will check this exact, and then now I will select the edge. Okay, I put it here. So I select that edge. Careful to move your mouse. Okay, if you're putting at the bottom, okay, they will create at the bottom. You put it at the side, okay, but it will not happen at the side because there's 90 degrees. So depend on, okay, where is location of it. So now I definitely want it on top of this. So I will move it here. Okay, I will click. So now I create a plan. They will be just nice. Okay, laid on the edge over there. Okay, so now I want to create, I can do a sketching because I have a flat plan already. Okay, I have a flat plan already, and you'll be seeing that the plan created is there. Okay, so now I can start a sketch on that plan. Okay, and I will do a keyway over here. So first I'm going to just drop, okay, I will just drop a rectangle by touching it. Now you can see that just now I did not borrow any line. But when the time I touch on, I use my rectangle to touch on the edge, they automatically help me to borrow line. You can see the yellow color there. Okay, sometimes there is some of the IntelliGen. So they're just having some judgment saying that, okay, you need that. So then they help you to execute it. Okay, so that will be the things. So now let's say the keyway example. Okay, the keyway. So I will select other because just this one also overlap two lines. I want to select this only. You can of course can do this, no issue. But I just want to show it. If let's say it's really overlapping, you can right click, select others, and then look for the list, and then to select the entity that you want to dimension. Okay, let's say I'm putting this as 5. Okay, putting it as 5. But now they are moving, they're hovering actually on it. I want them to at the center of it. Okay, I want it to be at the center of it. Center of this line. So what I need to do over here. So one more time. Okay, one more time. I borrow the line on the z-axis because it's z-axis, the vertical. Okay, now I borrow the line z-axis. I want to make it, this whole thing is symmetric towards this line. Okay, so that they will not moving around. Okay, so now all you need to do is you come to the constraint, that will be a symmetric options over there. Okay, there will be a symmetric options over there. So how to execute this? Very simple. So you can follow this statement. So I will be doing something like this. I want this line and this line symmetric to this center line. You can always use this statement if sometimes you forgot about it. You know, using this, you can say something like this. I want this line and this line symmetric to this line. If you don't have dimension, you will find that they are symmetric. Okay, they're symmetric. So now I want to make it 0.5, so then it'll be good. Okay, that'll be good. So I finish it, and I'm having a profile there. I can do the cutting definitely. So I will use the revolve cut. Okay, select the profile. Now you can see that because I have a center line there. So select profile, you need to manually select both of them. Okay, you need to manually select both of them. We'll be starting, no effect, but on your profile selection, okay, so you select 1, 2. Okay. And now when the time you do the keyway, the dimension it, okay, roughly maybe according to your design, okay, how it is. So now I make it. Okay, because of you cut the edge, so now supposedly the circle actually is touching on that plane, but now you cut it already, so now your plane is something like floating at the air. But they still register it is tangent towards your circle line. So this is how we can do some cutting, okay, on it. Okay. We overtime a little bit, but I think still okay. Okay, can I have another 10 minutes for the last features? Just for today. I know the time is short, cannot give you everything one time, okay, in these 2 hours, but I hope can give you some fundamental idea. Okay, so I will give you some last features. Okay, last features just for fun. Okay, just for fun. Now we make use of this. Okay, everybody, if you have this, you can make use of this. And now together we may start a new sketch. Okay, on this. Okay, start a new sketch on it. Okay, and then try to rotate it. Okay, you can rotate using that. Using the dice over there, you can see that functions. You can rotate it. Okay, make it horizontal to you. Okay. So now next on the text. Okay, on the text, just open a text box. Okay, type your name. Okay, just type your name. Okay, just type your name. And then you, after you type your name, oops, you can rotate it. Okay, you can rotate it. Okay, select, just select some point. Okay, some point anywhere. Okay, just okay, 90 degrees towards it. Okay, you can just rotate it. One more time on the rotation. You select your name. Okay, the text already. Select any point. Okay, any point, just because we can still move it. Okay, just any point to rotate it. Okay. So, and after that, I just bring it back. Okay, the text box still can adjust. If you want to enlarge, okay, you can still make the sizing. Okay, up to you. Make it larger. Okay. Just simply drop it. Okay, just simply drop it. Okay, so now we have something over there. Now, just to make your name, okay, on the model for the memory today. So now use emboss. Okay, use emboss over there. Okay, use emboss over there. Click on the emboss, select your name. Okay, use this one to so-called engrave it. Okay, don't to emboss it, we engrave it. Okay, engrave it. And then select wrap to the face, wrap to this face. Okay, choose the emboss, select your name, choose engrave, check, wrap to face, select the face, and then the depth maybe not need to be so deep. Okay. Then after that, click OK. There's another way around it. Okay, slightly reverse. So you can put your name over there. I think just now is my reverse. Because just now is my rotation. I think it is getting some reverse at the back. Okay, maybe I don't want to use the edit. Okay, maybe I don't want to wrap the face. But if let's say like this, I don't think that will be okay also. Okay, if you don't want to use the wrap the face, that will be okay also. Okay, then I hide the plan. If you don't want the plan to be C, you can right click the plan and then turn off the visibility. So there we have this. So if you got your name on your cylinder, you can post it there, and then you can save it as a memory for today. Okay, anyone got this? Just open a sketch on the plan, put a text there. Okay, write a text there. And then after that, use the emboss and engrave. And then make so-called your name. Putting it on the block over there. Okay, so I think I will end and close the workshop for today. I having the slide they are having more complicated features that you all can challenge, but due to time constraint, I may not having that for you all. But the features that are introduced to you, I think will be enough sufficient for you to construct that. Okay, later I will share this slide in the Microsoft team here. Okay, final call. Is there any questions you would like to raise it over here? You can put it at the chat box. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody posting, so I will assume that everything is good. So I will stop the recording here.